Evan thought he had pulled off the perfect deal. After weeks of research, spreadsheets, and long hours comparing prices, he drove home in a brand new Corolla, convinced he had outsmarted the dealership. The salesman had told him, "You're getting it at cost. We're only making $100." Evan felt proud of himself. He wasn't. Behind that supposed $100 profit, the dealership quietly made more than $4,000, and Evan never even saw it happen. 2 weeks later, his coworker Kara went to the same dealership, bought the same model car, and paid almost $3,000 more. Nothing about the car had changed. Same color, same month, same supply. The only difference was what each of them said when they started negotiating. Kara had walked in with confidence and said, "I'm paying cash, best price." She thought those words gave her power. In a car dealership, they do the opposite. Evan didn't walk in uninformed. He had done everything the right way, or at least it seemed that way. He read buyer's guides, compared prices on every major car site, and even found the manufacturer's invoice. The sticker price for the car was $34,800. The invoice on his report showed $32,300. After a long 90-minute negotiation full of fake hesitation, manager visits, and calculator tapping, they landed on $32,400. That was only $100 above invoice. It looked like victory. But the invoice price isn't real cost. It never was. Before we go deeper into how dealerships hide profit, make sure you subscribe to NetPlus if you want to uncover the true numbers behind the deals you face every day. This channel isn't about guessing. We break down the systems built to beat you, show you how they work, and hand you the tools to flip them. Hit subscribe because the next few minutes might save you thousands the next time you walk into a dealership. What Consumer Reports call the invoice is only the surface layer. Underneath it lie hidden payments that make the dealership's real cost much lower. The first secret piece is the dealer holdback. Every few months, the manufacturer quietly sends dealers 2 or 3% of a car's listed price as a rebate. On Evan's car, that means between $696 and a little over $1,000 of profit that never appears on any document. Then come dealer cash bonuses, payments the manufacturer gives dealers when they need certain models sold faster. That can mean another few $100s per vehicle without the buyer ever knowing. Add to that the volume bonuses, a tiered reward system. When a dealership hits its monthly quota, every car sold that month can earn several hundred more in retroactive payouts. Dealers love end-of-month sales because every car might push them over the next threshold. In slow markets, factories sometimes create regional incentive pools, sending more bonuses to those areas. Finally, there's floor plan assistance. Dealers often finance their inventory, and manufacturers reimburse them for the interest, cutting the effective cost yet again. All of that means the dealership could pocket at least $2,000 on the front end before the buyer ever steps into the next room. And that next room, the finance office, is where the real profit begins. After Evan finished winning on price, the salesman smiled and guided him down a hallway.
"Just some paperwork," he said. Behind that desk sat the highest paid salesperson in the entire building, the finance and insurance manager. This person isn't a clerk. Their job isn't to stamp documents. Their job is to turn small deals into big margins. When Evan filled out his financing, he didn't realize the dealership could raise his rate. The lender had approved him for 5.4%, but the dealership offered 6.2%. That little difference became pure profit. Across all their sales, it averages $700 to $900 per car. Then came the extended protection plan, pitched as peace of mind, but carrying an $800 to $1,200 profit margin. After that were the add-ons: gap insurance, tire packages, key replacement, paint sealer, small items individually, together worth several hundred more. And finally came the paperwork fees, processing charges the dealership called mandatory. They weren't. Those added another $400 to $700 of clear margin. By the time Evan signed his name, the finance office alone had earned the dealership close to $3,000. Meanwhile, Kara thought she was being clever by offering cash. She told them she wanted no financing, no debt, just a clean sale. But in a dealership, financing is not a service, it's a product. When she removed that product, she removed the dealership's biggest profit source. They tightened every bolt of negotiation, refused lower offers, and acted polite but firm. She left paying nearly $3,000 more than Evan for an identical car. Her cash killed their loan profits, so they made it up in the sticker price. People assume cash is king because it works almost everywhere else. Pay cash to a contractor and they might knock off some cost. Pay cash at a small business and they save on processing fees. At a dealership, cash does the opposite. Financing keeps the dealership alive. Lenders give them back a percentage of every loan they arrange. The longer and bigger the loan, the more profit they make. So, what can a smart buyer do? The answer is simple but powerful. First, never announce you're paying in cash. Walk in as though you'll finance through the dealership. When you fill out their intake sheet and see a box asking cash or finance, right? Not sure. It keeps you on their radar as a high-profit buyer. Second, negotiate the car price as if you intend to finance. They'll be more flexible because they expect to recover profit later. Third, once you enter that finance office, check every optional product. The warranty often brings them $1,000 in profit. Counteroffer or decline. Gap insurance, tire coverage, and add-ons carry $300 to $400 in margin, negotiable as well. Fourth, read the loan contract line by line.
Look for prepayment penalties or origination fees. If both are zero, you've unlocked the best trick of all. Sign the loan, finalize the deal, and pay it off as soon as possible, next week if you want. When you pay it off right after purchase, the dealership still views you as a financing customer, so you benefit from the lower price. Meanwhile, you only pay interest for a few days. It's legal, clean, and surprisingly effective. The car buying process is designed like theater. The negotiation on the showroom floor is the performance the buyers think they're part of. The applause and fake tension are all stagecraft. But the real money changes hands behind closed doors, where the paperwork seems routine. The finance manager's pen makes more for the dealership than any handshake up front. That's why every smiling salesperson leads you gently toward that small office at the end of the sale. Evan believed the invoice told the truth and thought he had uncovered every trick. Kara believed hard cash would buy respect. Both of them were wrong in opposite ways. The dealership doesn't care who wins on the sales floor because both outcomes feed the same machine. Whether you pay near invoice or pay in cash, the dealership has tools to reclaim the profit another way. The system runs on misunderstanding. Buyers measure success by how far they drop the sticker price. Dealers measure success by total revenue per car, no matter where it comes from. Every visible number hides several invisible ones beneath it. The sticker hides the invoice hides the holdback hides manufacturer bonuses, and the handshake hides finance income and documentation fees. Every layer conceals another. The simplest way to cut through it is to play along until it benefits you. Pretend to be their ideal borrower, secure the flexible pricing that status gives you, sign the loan under terms that allow instant payoff, then remove their future profits by paying it off immediately. You keep the discount, they lose the interest stream. It's the only move that flips their system. Dealerships are not villains. They operate a complex, legally built machine that rewards those who understand its gears. The moment you grasp how those gears turn, you can stop being a cog and start steering the process. Knowledge, not cash, is your real leverage. Every sale is designed to look transparent while hiding a dozen unseen flows of money. Once you know where they run, you can redirect some of that current back towards your own savings. Evan eventually learned this after comparing notes with Kara, and the realization hit him harder than any sales pitch ever could. He hadn't lost because he was inattentive. He'd lost because the system was built to look something else. Car buying feels like a battle, But it's more of a maze, one you only escape when you understand the map. Now you have that map. Walk in like a buyer they want, sign like a borrower they can profit from, and leave as a customer who owes them nothing more than a signature. The dealership machine only works when you can't see the gears. Once you do, it still runs, but it runs for you instead of against you.